Sunday fam, welcome back to another video. We are catching up with Vincenzo again. Let's talk about it.
이거 어디서 많이 본 장면 같은데?
As it turns out, our star witness wasn't really all about Vincenzo.
No, it wasn't. It was a ploy.
It was the wife of the director of the hospital that he serves that is pretty much under Babel's control. And he's having an affair, and she knows all along what was going on.
Absolutely, and she also had a lot of evidence, exchanges with emails from other doctors, confirming that the diagnosis was in fact, the fault of BLSD. And she also had evidence that he had injected patients with meth. And so he's implicated in so much, covering up their true diagnoses and conspiring to kill them with meth.
Well, he's also a meth user, which makes his word in any kind of court system invalid. After that small victory, 2 PM himself goes ballistic, takes out a small golf club, not a small golf club, but he just starts swinging away, demanding more creativity from his lawyers.
Absolutely. They had never suffered so many consecutive losses, Choi Hyun-mi, 2 PM. They have never suffered so many losses. And so everyone is kind of going down a downward spiral. They are flipping out. They are popping off. They're desperate right now to find some answers to fight Vincenzo because he's being very creative, as he said, and they are not. Their methodology is even though it's very cruel and very violent, it's still very old-fashioned compared to how he's doing things. He uses his connection with the soccer player to get in with the prosecutor. And did he get his son into the club, or did he just have that soccer player go, "Good to meet you, son"?
Well, I think that's the difference between the creativity that Vincenzo employs with his tactics and versus Miss Choi, which is old-fashioned and predictable,
Yes.
right? Like Vincenzo is very unpredictable with how he plans his tactics. I do think that he has the connections, being from Italy with the coach, brings him over, and then, has this contract with Miss Choi to get Cha Yeong out of jail.
Yeah.
But still, his tactics are very unpredictable. You don't know what to do. Every lawyer that has done every dirty trick in the book knows exactly what these tactics are. And so they need to get creative, and boy, do they.
And Vincenzo just has so many connections. It's hilarious to see, their exchange at the soccer field. He was just like, Vincenzo,
Hey, Vincenzo,
Giuseppe.
hey.
But, there has been a wrench that has been thrown into the Gumga Plaza arc where this seemingly random dude comes out of nowhere and he's like, there's gold underneath this plaza. And at first, the residents are all like, hey, you're just pulling our boots or something like that. And then now, just to kind of shake things up on that front, they're now all trying to get at the gold. And in the meantime, Vincenzo has to come up with a way to get his gold as well without destroying the plaza itself. Because apparently this Korean-Japanese architect came in, he's like, nope, it's not gonna happen. One wrong move, and the entire plaza is coming down and you lose everything.
And that's the very reason why the tenants just suddenly got brave and decided to fight back against the hoodlums, right? So they reenact the French Revolution in such a manner that was so hilarious and so pleasing when we were watching this. These couple of episodes have just been kind of hilarious and really off-kilter in the way that they've kind of brought the story and made it unfold before our eyes, because you get a couple of episodes where it's super serious, people are dying, and then all of a sudden you got these shenanigans that they employ. You don't quite know when it's gonna get real, really real.
And in those moments when it starts to get really real, and then you're kind of in the zone with this show, there's some humor. There's some slapstick comedy that's happening.
Mr. An is the best. His facial gestures, he's falling in love with Vincenzo at the same time, but he's just I can't
It's just a perpetual enthusiasm that he has that just makes his face at all times funny as hell to look at.
Oh, and of course the shenanigans ensues when Vincenzo has been given the mission to go on a date with Min-sung, who is the son of the chairman. Oh, now he's the big boss of the bank or whatnot, right? And I mean, Taeho.
These couple of scenes must have been crazy to film, given the fact that Joong and Sung-Cheol were also filming Arthdal Chronicles, so they have that history, and it shows on screen when they're both having to go on this date together in this carnival, or when Sung-Cheol has to showcase the fact that he's head over heels and infatuated with Vincenzo riding on the horse and getting off of the horse.
Or the merry-go-round when he was holding on tight behind him. Oh, that was so hilarious to watch. Like, I mean, yeah, like they have this chemistry, they have this working relationship with Arthdal. By the way, Arthdal season 2 or whatever part 3 or 4 that it's supposed to be, the continuation of Arthdal got renewed, and production had to like pause for a bit because of the pandemic, but expect news from that coming soon. Anyway, back to the date, the big date between Vincenzo and Min-sung. Like that was just like so hilarious because you could just feel Vincenzo's like, oh, it's like, why am I going through this, right? He's just like, oh, Cha Yeong. And, like, he's bearing with it, and, he's doing well. He's doing a good job of portraying his interest, and it leads us to a dramatic show of affection when Min-sung is outside in the rain with the umbrella for, like, hours and hours waiting for Vincenzo to come out.
As K-dramas do. And it's all leading up to this showdown between Babel and Chipuragi, where they're trying to get this investment shut down. And of course it doesn't work out. Miss Choi has finally gotten creative with her tactics, and now has employed the mother of Min-sung, who overwrites his plea for love, or his pledge of love and allegiance to Vincenzo, or Taeho. In that case, overwrites the son, signs the papers, that investment is done. So now there's this declaration of all-out war at the very end, where Cha Yeong and Miss Choi are just face to face, and they're acknowledging each other's victories, they're acknowledging their losses, and they're like, okay, you guys are getting good, it's time to turn it on. But then Miss Choi is like, your father.
Oh, I mean,
you don't want to end up like your father. Lay low. And then
was...
Cha Yeong is just like,
yeah, like everything was going nice. There was a punch, there was a counterattack. They were going blow for blow, and then Miss Choi had to mention her father, and I really thought that there was gonna be some fight that was gonna happen there between Cha Yeong and Miss Choi, but like I think cooler heads prevailed in that situation, where she brought the reporters and pretty much declared all-out war in some manner. Oh, well, can we just say, like, the mother that comes out with the corgis, like Queen Elizabeth out of nowhere? I mean, I thought that was pretty hilarious.
Apparently Welsh corgis are held in high regard in Korea. But there's also the fact that Vincenzo, and I think we said this last week, that he's starting to catch on to who the actual boss is. But I think it's now clear, if it wasn't clear already, when the chairman is just like trying to
get in his face.
Yeah, he's getting in his face, and Junwoo is like, or 2PM is like, calm down, sir. And then you can see that this chairman is clearly, buckling at the knees at the sound of his voice.
Exactly, because if it was a normal scenario, it'd be like, who are you to tell me to calm down? And you saw a glimpse of Vincenzo looking at 2PM for just a split second, and I think that's when he knows.
And going off of that, I think that Chairman Jang is starting to make moves on his own. He's got his own gun. He fired a couple of people without the permission, even though that Jinwoo found out, and he was like, next time ask for my permission.
Yeah.
He's on to him, but also I'm thinking that my original theory is going to hold out. I think that Chairman Jang, his younger brother, is going to do something very drastic. I just don't know what that is, but he's going to definitely turn the tables on Babel.
I agree with you. I think that theory still holds up, even though it didn't come to fruition in these past couple of episodes. There's something going on there. He's got some tricks up his sleeves, and we might find out soon. In any case, that is it for us. Thank you so much for stopping by. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Tap that bell notification for more videos so you get notified when we post them. And once again, we'll see you next time.